racks, they long. I'm hot now, I'm on. Said I wouldn't be shit, they was wrong. I'm out of there.
What's up, and welcome back to our channel, 3 Degrees of Shade. Today, I will be doing a story time. First story time ever. I'm so excited because I have so many stories to tell, but you know, what comes with story time is assumptions and backlash and people just being nosy, but I'm glad. More views for me. So, right now, before we get started, head over to the subscribe button, click that. After you click that, hit the post notification bell so you can be notified every time we post. Okay, so if you read the title, you know why you're here. This is story time about the best year of my life. Yes. Yes. So, the best year of my life was 2015. Oh my gosh. 2015 was the best year of my life. So we're going to start from before 2015. So 2014, it was like kind of a difficult year. I think I had just got out of a relationship and I think I jumped right into a new one. And so January, my birthday, 2015, I turned 22 years old. 22 years old. And I was like, I'm grown. Okay, the year before, we all went to Foxwoods. And this year, 22, I'm like, yo, you know, I really want to turn up. So I had like 3 parties. One at a skating rink, one in my friend's house. It was her sister's birthday is around the same time as mine. We had one there. And then we had one in my friend's backyard. And it was just, my birthday's in January. So, you know, them backyard parties is, in the winter is lit. Like, if you know, you know. Okay? But yeah. So, that was January. And in February, I was just, like, still on that, you know, getting my life back on track. You know, you think you've grown, you're doing whatever. But I also kind of got back heavy going to church, praying and fasting and doing all those things. So things were kind of just like happening for me in 2015. So, you know, it didn't become the greatest year of my life. I'm gonna just fast forward because it didn't become the greatest year of my life until summer of 2015. Summer 2015 was lit. So like I said, I was with the dude from March, whatever, and he was a douchebag. He was not for me. And, you know, I kind of just prolonged the relationship because I felt like I had to. I felt like, just stick with it, whatever. And then in June, I went to Florida to stay with my aunt. So I stayed with my aunt, and she bought me a one-way ticket. So it was like, bitch, I'm gonna send you home when I feel like it. And at first, I was excited. I was like, yo, I don't gotta go to work. I didn't really have bills at that time because I was just finished with beauty school. So I was still like just working just to pay like my phone bill and give a little money on rent. So I really didn't have no bills. So I was able to go away to Florida for 3 months and not worry about shit. So I went to Florida from July to August. I think I came back August 1st to New York. But anyway, so on that time in the summertime, right before summer started, I had to take summer classes. And in college, my college was in Dobbs Ferry, New York. And I started hanging out with, I will call this person Grayson. So that year, me and Grayson got mad close. Grayson used to drive me to school. We used to hang out. We used to talk, blah, blah. I used to tell him, like, my problems, like, this nigga, he be violating me. It was dumb. It wasn't like he was violating me to a crazy point, but it was just like, I'm used to so much more. I'm used to being spoiled. I'm used to being taking trips and doing, like, he wasn't doing none of that. And I was just, like, over it. And he would lie about the dumbest things. So I'm here telling Grayson and blah, blah, blah. And mind you, my school was in Dobbs Ferry, New York. And my nigga, we live in Queens, New York. That's dumb far. So he used to drive me to school sometimes. So me and Grayson was just like mad cool, mad cool. So after school was over, like the last day of school, my aunt was telling my mother, like, yeah, you should send her. It's a long time. We all miss her. We want to see her. We want to, you know, just be a family. long story short, my family and we haven't really been close because my grandmother died and it kind of like drove our family apart. But that's neither here nor there. But so I was like, yeah, I'll go. What the heck? So I went to Florida, and the first day I was there, it was amazing. I was like, oh, their house is really nice. It's very big. Like, they had a big house when they lived in New York, but in Florida, your money goes a lot longer. So it was really nice. And I was just like, oh, I'm staying here. They had like a room for me and everything. And she's like, if you want to live down here, it's fine. And my cousin was enrolling into like Florida State University. And she's like, yeah, you can go to school with them. We'll fill out your paperwork, everything. You only got like a semester or so left. You might as well. So I'm really thinking about everything. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, I'm gonna get out of New York. Da, 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 da. That slowly came to like an end. But like I said, me and Grayson had got cool at that time. So me and Grayson was like talking every day. And I'm just like, yo, it's dope over here. And I'm telling him whatever. So I have another friend. I'll call him James. So James was like a friend from high school. And well, he was like one of my exes, but long story. Anyway, but James was like really my friend. So James was like talking to me too while I was away, but James was also a scammer. So, I didn't really want to get caught up in that life, and that's why we really didn't work out. So, James would ask me like, do you want an iPhone? Do you want certain things? And I was like, no, you're not going to get me caught up in this life. But he also kept me company while I was in Florida. And James and Grayson, they happened to be in Florida the same time I was in Florida. And I was just like, oh, wow, like, oh, it's lit. Like, we should all meet up. We should do something. I'm not from Florida. My cousin wasn't even 21 yet, so I couldn't even do nothing with her. And my aunts and my uncle, they was just like over holy people. Like, not like the right holy, like the obnoxious can't wear short dresses, her like that. And I was just like over it after a week or so. But yeah, so yeah, we just like, I was just like having the time of my life because my little cousin was there. She was out of school, and my aunt is her grandmother. So basically she was coming over there, and she had like swimming lessons. So we go to the pool every day. We would drive. We would do. So it was just, I was having fun for the most part. But then other days in Florida, when it's dry, it's dry. So like when my little cousin went to work and I was home with her mom and my other little cousins, I was like, no, I'm gonna go back to New York. So whatever, one day Grayson had, came up to Florida, and I was like, oh, what part of Florida are you at? And dude was in like some other part, and I was just like, yo, link me, like, we out here. So me and Grayson had linked up, and we went to the movies, and we brought my little cousin because it wasn't on no, suchness. Like, Grayson's like my friend. So Grayson and me and my cousin, we go to the movies, we having a good time, go out to eat. First of all, I don't even know where dude got this car from. It was some fresh, I don't even really know, like, I'm not into cars like that, but it was popping. It wasn't the cars that we was driving in New York. So I knew, like, either his family had money or he was on the same type of time as James. So whatever, we're talking, whatever. We get to the movies. He pays for like everything. Like, I'm used to that. I'm like, not to brag, but I'm used to guys paying for everything. Like, I've never met a bum ass nigga. Well, another story time. But I'm just saying, like, most of my niggas, like, I talk to not bum ass niggas. My friends are not bums. So he was basically paying for stuff. He's buying my cousin stuff, like anything we asked for. So my cousin was like, oh my God, is she like your boyfriend? I'm like, nah, he's my friend. It's my nigga. Cool. Whatever. So that brought excitement. And we would hang out. I think we hanged out like at least 3 times while he was still in Florida. Mind you, I was there for 3 months. Nigga, nobody else was in there for 3 months. So after I started hanging out with him, I started hanging out with James. Now, with James, he, like I told you, he scams or whatever. So I'm not trying to get caught up outside, go to jail in Florida. So we would hang in like the nighttime when it's dark. And James is dark. So, we ain't getting caught because, whatever. So those are the things that happened. And I had like a really good summer. We went to the beach. I ate moles for the first time. Girl, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even know what Moe's was until I went to Florida. I didn't know what Publix was until I went to Florida. I didn't know a lot of shit, like, but yeah, so we had a good time. Menchie's, I don't even have a Menchie's in New York. I went to Menchie's, like, I was really living it up. But then it started getting dry and I was tired. Like, all my friends went back to New York and I was still in Florida. And my aunt was trying to like I go to church in New York and my aunt was trying to take me to church in Florida. So I had wore this short dress or whatever. And she was like, you got nothing longer than that? And I was like, nah. I wore a short dress and some hooky heels. Because I already know, like, I don't want to go to your church. I went to their church. Niggas was in flip-flops and shorts. Like, why are you, like, bugging on me? And your church people looks crazy. So anyway, went to church. That was, like, one Sunday. And she was, like, just talking to me about stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, it's time for me to go home. Like, I didn't want to be here no more. So I used to complain on Snapchat every day to go home. But my brother, actually, he had told my mother, like, oh, he's planning a group trip for us to go to Six Flags. But I had to be like, can you send for me to come back to New York? So my mom talked to my aunt, like, yeah, they're going to Six Flags. So can you find her a plane ticket to get her ass back? And I went home the day before we were supposed to go to Six Flags. Like, that's how bad she wanted me to stay. Like, whatever. So, mind you, like, we used to get in so many little arguments. Like, I wanted to drive her car. She was like, no, you're not driving my car. I'm like, I have my license in New York and I drive. Like, she would not let me drive. And then she used to want me to pray at night with them. And one time I was on the phone with James, and I totally forgot about the prayer. So they prayed without me. She came in the room black and like, oh, you're on the phone, but you couldn't come to pray, blah, blah, blah. And it was just, I had to go home. So long story short, I went home 3 months later, and we went to Six Flags. So I'm hyped to be home. So I had got on like an early flight, and usually I got home like on a Tuesday, and I think even though like we had those little altercations, like me and my family, I really had a good time in Florida or whatever, like with my cousins and stuff. I would do it again. So yeah, come back. So we go to Six Flags that weekend. Like, it was amazing. Yo, Six Flags, the ride to Six Flags was crazy. Like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. But we sat, it was like 6 of my friends. We all sat like together. And that's when I think Dub Smash or Musically was popping. And we was doing all the Dub Smashes and all the Musically. And we was having a good old time on the bus. And that's when the clear Converses was popping. So everybody had on clear Converses and like different color socks. We taking pictures. We going about, like, it was just so fun. Greatest adventures. Right after that I had to go back to work, like, I think the week after, and I was working at, like, Sears at the time. So I go to Sears now, and I'm working, like, damn, I'm back. And first of all, I was supposed to get 3 months off. I had, like, a lead. She got fired right after that. I don't know if I got her fired, but she got fired right after that. But basically, she was supposed to give me 3 weeks off, especially in the summertime, because, like, people lawnmower season, you know, and I was working in gardening, like, miss. I forgot, like, the whole time, like, you're talking about this, you know, I was with this boy and I forgot all about him. Like, honestly, we were talking here and there, like, even when I was there. And let's call him Robert. And Robert, I was not paying Robert no mind at all. No mind at all. So I come back to work, and Robert comes up to my job, and I'm just like, how does nigga even know that I'm back? He was just annoying. Anyway, I'm back to work now, and I'm about to work in gardening. So there's gonna be shit that I can't even pick up because I'm short and I'm small and shit is heavy. Like, whatever. So I seen this dude, and this dude was like walking by. I think he was like LP or something. Yeah, I think that's what they called it at the time. LP. And I was like, yo, can you pick this up for me? Like, he was wearing regular clothes. He didn't even have uniform on. And I was like, yo, can you pick this up for me? And he was like, sure. And I was like, oh, cool. He was just like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I was just like, oh, thank you. Whatever. And then, like, I just left him alone. Like, I didn't really know he worked there. But it was just something about him. And he was, like, really handsome. And I was like, and he, like, I started, like, after that day, because remember I was away for 3 months, I didn't see him. So when he started working, I was in Florida. So when he got there, when I got there, he was, like, already associated with people and whatever. So my best friend was working with me too, my girl best friend. And she was just like, Why are you asking random people to help you? You don't even know him. And I was like, I don't know. Something told me to ask him. And I needed it. So, whatever. And I was like, matter of fact, that nigga's going to be my boyfriend. And she was like, you don't even know him. Y'all said 2 words to each other. And I was just like, why? But anyway, so I kept seeing the dude around the store or whatever. And every day, like, he had like mad sneakers and he dressed subtle. Like, it wasn't too flashy. And it was just calm. So I was like, oh, if he's calm like this, he might wear Balenciagas and Giuseppe's on the weekends. So, you know, what's up? You know, I was like shallow growing up. Anyway, so I was like, oh, he must be one of those kind of guys. So, like, I was going to, like, let me talk to him. So one day I was talking to him, just regular conversation. I was like, so are you going to take my number? And he was like, no. I was like, are you going to ask for my number? And he was like, no. And I was like, so I was like, you know what? Whatever, you're going to regret not taking my number and blah, blah, blah. And I walked off. And he was like, so can you chill out and just put your number in my phone? And I was like, I was kind of speechless because I was like, oh, the manifestation is happening. Whatever. So we would just talk all the time. Mind you, I was still with Robert. And I was just like, nah, this is not cutting over here. So now we're like, we're together because we didn't officially break up. But I wasn't paying him no mind. We wasn't talking. We wasn't calling each other. Nothing. So whatever. I was talking to this guy. And like, we were just vibing. And whatever. So I was just having fun. That summer, I went, like, after we came back, that August, after I came back from Florida, that August, I was just hanging out with mad people. Like, I was chilling with Grayson. I was chilling with Jane, this boy named Travis. And then, what did I give that boy's name? I didn't give him a name. The boy that helped me with the appliances. All right, so I'm gonna give him a name. Rick. His name is Rick. There we go. So, Rick is the guy that helped me with the appliances I was talking to, got the phone number, whatever. So I'm just having fun. Me and my girls are chilling. We're hanging out. We're going. It was just a good vibe. So September comes now, and it's about to be Robert's birthday. Mind you, me and Robert haven't spoken, nothing. I'm still talking to whoever, you know, whatever. And so Grayson's telling me, like, yo, you need to let this guy loose. And I'm like, because remember, me and Grayson got cool right before school ended. So I'm like, yo, Grayson's like, yo, you got to cut this nigga loose. Like, you got all these other prospects. Like, you got to do something. And I'm just like, you're right. You're so right. So what I did was I called him, and I think I asked him, like, oh, I want you to come see me. And he was like, oh, I'm at work. He so-called work for home health aid. So Grayson was like, yo, call him right now and tell him, like, come see you. So I'm like, I bet. So I called him and I was like, hey, can you come see me? He's like, nah, I'm at work right now. I was like, what time do you get off? So usually he would like work overnight and get off in the morning. So I was like, oh, I'm off tomorrow, so you could just come into my house in the morning or whatever after you get off work. He's like, I'm gonna be tired. I'm like, yeah, you could come sleep, you know, whatever, watch TV. So Grayson was like, FaceTime him. So I was like, I'm gonna FaceTime you. So I FaceTimed him to see if he was at work. Mind you, he just had like, it was just pitch black, a wall, and a pillow. I thought you said he was at work. He's like, yeah, I'm at work. I'm downstairs where the, I guess it was nighttime for the patients. So he was just like, that's watching TV. And Grayson was like, he's a fucking liar. He's in his crib right now. He's in his crib right now. And I'm just like, nah, I believe he's at work. Grayson's like, nah, he's lying. So I was like, whatever. So at that point, I got the phone with him. And Grayson just really had a heart-to-heart with me. He was just like, yo, honestly, you deserve way better than that. He is not worth your time. You already got other niggas on the plate. Like, don't even waste your time. And I felt bad because I'm like, yo, I just got with this guy not too long ago. Like, we started dating in March. And it's only September. Like, I was like, damn. Like, I never had, like, a short relationship with this guy, whatever. But the way that he swindled me into that relationship is a whole nother story. But I was just like, he didn't turn out to be who he presented himself in the first place to be. So, long story short, it was his birthday, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with him because I can't. But I was like, I don't want to do it on his birthday, so I did it the day after. So for his birthday, I told him happy birthday. I was like, you want to chill? You know, I'll get you something to eat, get bottles. Nah, I can't leave. My brother has my car, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I could get my aunt's car. Come on, I used to let me drive her car all the time. And, you know, we could chill, whatever. He was like, nah. So that was sus to me. So I'm like, all right, clip. The next day, as soon as it hit 12 o'clock, I was like, honestly, I don't really want to be with you. Like, it's not really working out. We're not seeing eye to eye, whatever. He started going crazy, like, oh, why are you ODing? Like, it's not that serious. You're mad because I couldn't spend time with you on my birthday. It's my birthday, not your birthday. And I'm like, yo, it's deeper than that. Like, I've been thinking about this for weeks. Like, I was thinking about this in Florida. Like, in Florida, he wasn't even hitting me up or anything like that. So I was like, whatever, I don't care. Still living my best life. Still had an amazing summer. So now it's September. A lot of people are going back to school or whatever. So I was going back to school too. So now I had no more classes in Dobbsbury, and the rest of them were in the city. So like all the people that I was hanging with over the summer, they usually come to the city and chill with me, and we just have fun, vibe out after school, blah, blah, blah. Amazing. Like, I'm telling you, 2015, I just had good days. Like, every day was a good fucking day. Like, days where we would just go to Victoria's Secret, just buy male underwear for no reason. Days that we could just go to Macy's, like, to watch. They have, like, little shows on the one on 42nd. Not 42nd. On, actually it is 42nd, not Times Square side. The 5th Avenue side. Yes, over there. And, we just vibed out. So that was great. So then, like, around right after we broke up, I started really talking to Rick a lot. So me and Rick is vibing, we hanging out. Rick lived like 5 minutes from my crib. So we used to hang out all the time. Like, he used to come, whatever. And, you know, at first, I guess he was trying to see if he could hit or whatever. But then after he see, like, I'm not that type of girl, whatever, he kind of, like, bothered me. So, you know, he was talking to me about what he likes and stuff and whatever. And it was a good summer. So I was like, yo, I'm looking at for, like, what else can I do? So it's like, yo, I've never been to a basketball game. And I was asking Rick, like, what's your favorite team? And he's like, oh, I like the Knicks or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, word. So I got us tickets to go see the Knicks. So me and Rick go to see the Knicks. And, you know, of course, I put it on Snapchat, Instagram, and Robert sees it. So Robert's like, we just broke up. Never posted Rick at all. I may have posted his sneakers with my heels, but nothing crazy. That could have been anybody. That could have been my brother. That could have been anybody. But whatever. So he was like tight. So you throw little subs like, oh, I see how you moving, like on Snapchat and stuff. And I'm like, bitch, don't kill my vibe. But anyway, so me and Rick's really kicking it. Kind of find out the next day, he's like, yo, do you want to be my shorty? Like, do you want to be go steady? And I'm just like, do. Like, my heart is beating because I don't know, when you come from a really hard relationship and you get somebody that's like pure good vibes, you're like, this is too good to be true. Like, what? Yeah, so I was like, yeah, sure. You know, whatever. And we just went from there. So, like, 2015 just got better. Because it's just like, I got out of a shitty relationship until, like, I met a great guy. So, we were talking, whatever. He used to take me to, like, the beach. Like, remember, it's, like, October, November. And I didn't even know there were beaches in New York. And he found a beach and he took me on the beach to walk in the sand. And it was just beautiful. And when we went to, like, he took me to, like, different kind of restaurants. Like, I'm a girl that I'm gonna stick with my shrimp and broccoli. And I'm like, I don't care about Walt's, Clyde, Frazier. Like, I've been to some of them, but that's not my choice. That's niggas trying to show that they got money, which I don't care about. You could take me to Popeyes for a 2-piece and a biscuit and I'll be great. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do appreciate the luxury because that shows that you appreciate me, but my taste is what my taste is. And he was just basically taking me out of that. You know, he's basically showing me a different side. Like, you don't gotta only eat fried chicken. We got some grilled over here. We got salmon. We got crab. We got lobster. You know, put me on to the fun things of life. No, seriously, like, really cool. Like, I would eat random stuff, like, with him. So not only did my summer was lit, like my fall was looking real good. I'm like, yo, the fourth quarter about to be lit. Like, whatever. So like November now, dude's mom's getting married. And like, we only been talking for like since October, from like August. His mom's getting married in like October. And he's like, you want to come to the wedding? And I'm like, I'm in the family. I'm in the family. So he tells her like, yo, can you put on the wedding list? And she was like, oh, you want to go to the wedding? And I was just like, it's y'all. It's your family. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm here for y'all. You hear me? And I got right to the wedding. And that wedding was lit. And I was just like, yo, this is just going great. And I also worked at, I had left SIS. For a better job in Roosevelt Fields. So I left SIS and I went to Roosevelt Fields. Now I'm in Roosevelt Field and it's lit. So now I'm getting more money. I got a new nigga that's like loving. I had a great ass summer. I have new friends now. And of course I have my best friends. So I was just like, yo, I was just like, every day I was like so happy to wake up. And I was just like fascinated with life. And I'm just like, yo, is this really happening? Like I couldn't believe it. So I was just like so excited every day. And then like December, Christmas. So basically Christmas was our first Christmas together, me and Rick. So we kind of just went all out. Like surprise after surprise. And it was just, everything was natural. My whole, from June to December, nothing but good vibes and natural. So like 2015, I just count it as the greatest year. Like I also got back into like doing ministry and dancing and stuff like that. So it was just like a really good year. Just like so much things were set up in 2015 that put me on a greater path for up until now. So it was just like, I was just so happy. Like every day you saw, if you ever saw me or if you even met me in 2015, I was always happy. I was always jolly. I was always good. All my friendships was good. 2015 was my fucking year. Like, y'all don't understand. I was like genuinely happy every day. Like I woke up like, cheese. Like, yo, to this day, me and Grayson is mad close. That's fam right there. I took the James hand there and I was just so happy. Oh my goodness, 2015. Greatest year of my life. Comment below if you enjoyed this story time. If you want me to do more, because I got stories. Girls and boys, I have stories for days, weeks, months, years. And they juicy. If you was there, you was there. If you wasn't, you wasn't. But, stay tuned. Okay? This is Bree from 3 Degrees of Shade. Catch you later.